So 45 is in the news. Yet again, I didn't get this one. Someone brought this to my attention, but apparently he was in Youngstown, Ohio at a rally, and for some reason he brings up George Clinton in comparison to himself, which to me is...
Wait, who did this? I'm sorry.
45.
Oh.
Yeah, 45. So he says, if anyone is knocking me for my locker room banter, anyone who is knocking me for my locker room banter has never heard Atomic Dog. Trump, this is what he told his audience. He said it's disgusting.
I couldn't even believe when I seen that actual
Hold on,
article
it gets better. He says, if I went around saying, why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? It's the dog in me. The media would kill me. Is he serious, fam? Like, is this real life?
He literally said, grab him by the pussy.
Yo, yeah. But why did you give a whole two bars of parliament bars in comparison to yourself as the president of the United States? It was actually
more than that, though.
I'm trying to be nice to him. But you're the president of the United States, fam, so you chose to single out parliament bars in comparison to yourself.
He called him unfunky.
Unfunky.
Yeah, he's
Spoolz,
unfunky.
I don't know how to give this to you, but just go, man, because this is ridiculous.
Why, of all people, why would he pick George? I mean, like, if you wanted to like think of some like shitty lyrics or foul lyrics, you know,
I think it's because George Clinton is in the news. Some more came out that his band was saying that he made them take drugs.
Oh man!
Oh really?
That's tough.
I don't know. How is somebody gonna make you?
It's
take
just
drugs?
It's just so weird. Like I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that. I really like Parliament a lot.
Yeah.
So
he's unfunky.
No, I don't think so.
I honestly think
I'm a huge Bootsy fan personally.
Yeah,
like
right.
Bootsy Collins is probably in my top 10 of all time musicians or anything. Like,
shout out to Cincinnati.
Absolutely. So that's all. That's it. I don't really know what to say. It was real random. Like George Clinton. Okay. All right.
This is ridiculous. Like, but go ahead, Jay Moore.
Well, first of all, nobody had brought up the locker room talk in a long time. Like,
facts.
You know, that's an old story at this point. So he's trying to fight old battles. But of all the people you could, I almost feel like there's a black staffer who was trolling.
Yeah.
And said, I wonder if I write this down on a piece of paper if he'll say it. Like,
yeah.
And
he'll read it.
And
he'll read
went
anything they put in
I
front
just
of
feel
him.
like he'll read. He's like Ron Burgundy, who will read anything that you put in front of him. And that's the only reason he brought this up. Like, why? And first of all, if you're going to talk about lyrics, like, why must I chase the cat? There's so much other stuff. You could have picked from 10 songs that came out last week.
I was just going to say, that's the point I was making. It was like, there's so many other worse lyrics.
Let's go to a whole entire,
like
different generation and just pick on George Clinton.
Like, I, as someone who's been listening to hip-hop for the majority of my life, sometimes I'll hear something in a song. I'll be like, that was a bit too far. Like, I'll hear something, like, when I was, we were listening to the...
Oh, yes, Juicy J.
Juicy J and...
The
song is called My Hoes, They Do Drugs.
Oh, okay.
The song
King Louis.
With King Louis and... and...
the vulgarity in that.
And I'm like, the first time I heard that, I was like, wow. But even the song he's got the new song with Megan Thee Stallion.
Is that Megan Thee Stallion?
It has 2 E's in the
her artwork is dope, by the way.
THEE. So I call her Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
So when I hear his first,
what the hell was that?
So
we got to save that one.
You're sounding it out, phonics.
So yeah, of all the things he could have picked up on, why do I chase the cat? That's what he said. That's what he considers to be the height of vulgarity in America. Like I said, I almost feel like there's some black staffer who's had enough and just said he wanted to see if he would actually.
I think what
Jay
it
Diff,
was.
talk to me, man.
I think what it was is he heard that was in the news and he wanted to seem like he was hip and knew what the hell was going on.
That's the
Honestly,
most unhip.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that's what had to do with it.
That makes the most sense. That's the most logical thing.
Yeah, but it's still stupid. Like, why are you comparing George Clinton to yourself?
That was going to be my point.
As the president of the United States.
Sense.
Like, George Clinton is an entertainer that writes music.
Yeah.
And that song was written in 81, 82. Might have even been written before that.
No,
and
it
just
was
released
because
like
it knocked. I think I want to say Beat It or Billie Jean off the top of
Oh yeah,
the R&B chart at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ever do that. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so-
what's up.
But that's how old that song is, and
Yeah.
that's what he decides to reference to seem to take up vulgarity in America.
The
is
comparison
a
is
George
still-
Clinton song
You
from the
know
early
what?
'80s.
It's a great fucking song.
Yeah.
So fuck you, Donald.
There we go.
Tell him how you feel, son.
Tell them how you feel, son. Go ahead,
But
Lo.
but yeah, we're comparing an entertainer and the president. Like
He sees himself as an entertainer.
I know he does.
Facts.
That's part of my point. But it's like you can't. I hope that the media would jump down your throat if you wrote lyrics like that, and you sang them at the next.
Republican National Convention.
Exactly. I
Someone
hope so.
actually,
Dude,
Like,
I
I hope.
I would fucking vote for Donald Trump if he did that shit.
I'm still
You got
cool.
my vote. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm still cool. But I somebody
Wait, how
actually called him
incredible.
out about it though. Somebody called him out about like we're supposed to be hearing what's going on, and you're bringing up
Yeah.
George Clinton lyrics. Like
What
are
does
we
that
doing
have to
here?
do with anything?
Yeah.
It's just I think it's an attempt. Again, it's an attempt to try to make him not seem like a villain, or it's just I don't know.
I think
At
that's
the- at
his
the- at-
main goal in this presidency,
At
for
the-
people to view him as somebody that is,
Like good.
yeah. I think that's his whole
It's
mission.
like it's just a dumb comparison. I don't know. Like
Well, and this is also what he does because think about it, he's holding rallies and he's the sitting president.
Right.
Like these aren't press conferences. He's going around doing rallies. Like this is one of the reasons. I mean, among other reasons why I don't respect 45 is he only plays home games.
Yeah.
He only goes around crowds who already support him.
0 road game.
And the thing is, when he's around these particular crowds, you know, by bringing up George Clinton and why would I chase the cat? This is another one of his racial dog whistles.
Yep,
Okay?
it is.
So to take all
I like that.
the kind of funny stuff out of it and how
Yeah.
goofy it is that he would bring this up, this is a way for him to say, these people are not like us. And
It's connecting with that audience of or that delegate of people who we've talked about a lot on the show who've put him in office.
yeah. So like I said, he's playing to a crowd of people who, like I said, they're when they say, oh, it's going to be a hard road for him next time. I tell people this all the time. If people are not careful and they're not paying attention, he will get elected for a second term easily.
I highly doubt that the road is going to be difficult for him. Just based off today's climate and the world that we're in, I could easily see enough people coming out to be like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and give him another chance. And
I'm gonna tell you why
We'll see
it'll
what
be
happens.
easy.
huh?
I'll tell you why it'll be easy.
Go ahead.
Because on the Democratic side of things, there's too many different ropes being pulled. Hey, look at me. This is what I do. This is what I can bring.
Okay.
It's like that through the whole party as far as everybody that's trying to get that nomination. Whereas Republicans are pretty much just like,
This is our guy.
This is our guy.
and they're riding with him.
Well, there are actual Republicans that are going to challenge him. I think
Okay.
this time around, which is
That would be
interesting.
interesting.
But I agree with you to an extent. I feel like here's my one. I can't even call it a conspiracy theory at this point. I feel like if Joe Biden is selected as the Democrat that works nominee, that he is so centrist that Trump will win. Like I feel like
Yeah.
you're going to completely alienate all of the progressives to the point to where they're going to be apathetic
Yep.
towards Joe Biden because one, he doesn't get it, and he's just like Hillary in a way.
In a way.
You know, like
Yeah.
he's very centrist. You know, he's almost like a Democratic conservative. You know, or like
You
a,
want to talk prison reform?
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to talk about that 94
Yeah.
crime bill.
and he just lied about that
Yeah.
again. So
That's tough.
You know,
if
but at
Biden's the nominee, I think Trump will be elected again.
I think the key is actually going to be once they pick who it is that the Democratic Party rallies behind that person. That's going to
But
be a
that's the
huge part of
problem.
it. Like
Yeah.
Mayor
Good point.
Pete, like Pete Buttigieg. I like Pete Buttigieg. man.
I could swing that way.
I like Booker as well.
Pause.
So
I see what you did there.
do not hit that
I
button.
could
Brilliant.
swing that way.
No, you can't swing that way.
No,
But that's what I mean.
The key is whomever they choose is actually acting like a party and a team and getting
Yeah.
behind. And probably
Because that's
have
what
to
the
take
Republicans
words out of
did.
your- exactly.
But the problem is, I think, is that from a progressive standpoint, and I'm mostly progressive, I don't see Biden as a progressive at all. So it's almost like a slap in the face almost for the Democratic Party to, one, kill the progressive that was against Hillary last time and then come back and do it again with Biden, when there are a whole bunch of progressives out there that could potentially beat Trump.
Definitely.
So okay, like just to read between the lines, do you see
Sorry.
Joe Biden as someone being part of the overall political machine?
One, he's part of the political machine. Two, he's not progressive enough to meet certain, for example, his stance on climate change is like, yeah, we can fix it in 100 years. Bro, we're not.
don't have
in
100
11 years.
Yeah.
Shit is going to be against the point of no return. Like it's
Right.
like get on it or don't.
Right.
Type shit. So
Mind you, we're in May and it's still not quite the temperature that we're supposed to be having
Facts.
clear across the board.
climate and the climate's all so, but still, I mean, he's just too centrist for where we are right now, and I feel like he is more of the same. He's like a Hillary. He's like an Obama.
Yeah.
And
No, I
as much better that Obama is than a Donald Trump,
Sure.
he's still a corporate Democrat.
Right.
No, that's very
That's
fair.
what I like about Pete Buttigieg. Actually,
And I don't mind Pete.
My brother just real quick got actually the opportunity to work on his mayoral campaign in South Bend.
Nice.
And like, so good by all accounts, good dude. Like not so much part of that political machine, at least yet.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So it might be a little too early for Pete. It might be a little too early for America to vote a homosexual male into presidency too. Unfortunately, I don't know.
I
if-
just
you know
want
what I'm
somebody
saying?
that's
So,
progressive enough to.
I didn't think
to
we'd put a black man in office, but
True.
we did that. So
I
I,
didn't
could be
think so
wrong.
either.
There it
So
is.
yeah.
I just want people that's actually going to address things that are actually going on, you know, as opposed to being uberly conservative and be like, things will be all right.
Sure.
Like,
Right.
Things are not all right.
What happened with Biden is that'll be a blind vote that people just throw out there because they're
Absolutely.
familiar with him.
And that's
Yeah.
what they think.
Yeah. Like
So
they
I
won't
get it.
even care about what he's talking about. They'll just go to vote because, I'm supposed to go vote. He's familiar, so I'm going to vote for him. And that's pretty much what it boils down to. The same thing happened when Hillary and, what's his name? Bernie were
Bernie,
running.
yep.
Yeah.
Like I literally had these conversations with like the OGs and parents and things like that as to why I'm voting this way. And they wanted to go Hillary because they were like, well, what he's saying is it sounds good, but he can't do all of that stuff.
It was name brand recognition.
Exactly.
As well. You know, but you know, just to play white devil's advocate, when you talk about that route, what I still think is an easy road for Donald Trump to get back into the White House, say one of these more progressive, like a Mayor Pete, or say a Kamala Harris. I was watching the news today, and there were all these farmers who were talking about because of the tariffs, they're losing all this money and like have to drive trucks
Right.
at night, and they
I
won't
was
vote
like, the
for.
suicide rates are apparently up in those areas
Yeah.
too. I read an article about that. Yeah.
And they're not going to. They say they're not going to vote for Donald Trump again. But the thing is, there's something about that pull of
Whiteness.
just whiteness. Let's just keep it real. A lot of
Yep.
times, like a lot of people did not vote their economic interests this last time around. They voted their whiteness. They were just tired of voted their whiteness and their maleness.
Yeah.
And if Kamala Harris winds up getting the nomination, I
It'll
see
be-
a lot of people, you know, there are a lot of women who aren't going to vote for her, and they're just
Yeah.
because she's a woman, and there's a lot of white people who aren't going to vote for her because she's black,
Do you guys
Yeah.
like? What do you guys
regardless
think
of
Booker?
of her
Cory
of her
Booker?
policy. I don't think he's there yet.
I don't think he's there yet either. I would.
Cory Booker is from. I think he's like the mayor of Newark, right? Is he not?
No, he's a senator now.
Or
He
senator
was,
now?
he
Okay.
was, yeah, he was the mayor, but he's a senator from
Yeah.
New Jersey now.
Yeah.
My favorite candidate right now is Andrew Yang.
I'm
I'm
not
just
familiar.
a fan of Andrew Yang. He's
Check him out.
He's a
yeah,
numbers
but-
guy, and I can get behind anybody who uses science to back up policy.
He's
Science
but he's
and
I'm
math.
into science.
He's
Yeah.
mad fresh, you know, like
Yeah.
his ideas are great. I feel like on a major platform, people that are conservative could also vote for him as well. That's
Because
why
he's the
I
numbers
like
guy.
him. That's why I like him because
Yeah.
he's very, you know, he goes by those books, but he's also very socially conscious and progressive in a lot of
I
ways.
know a lot of
so.
people that are very fond of him for the reason that you both said.
Yeah.
Where's he from? What state is he from? Just out of
I'm
curiosity.
not
remember.
sure.
Is he a California guy? I don't even know, honestly.
I can't remember, but it's
He's
just,
the only Asian candidate.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know,
I'll
once
check
again,
him
is America ready? Is America ready for that?
I don't know.
Who knows?
But who knew? But
Yeah.
I
Same
couldn't believe
thing- same
America
way
was
you
ready
said
for
about
Donald
Obama.
Trump. So
yeah,
Yeah,
it is
that's.
what it is.
Anyways,
yeah. So
Anything can happen
we'll keep an eye on
in,
that. We'll
in
see.
America.
In America. I thought